Okay everyone, welcome. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a language. So in this series, this is just for very basic, like if you've never made one before. If you already have a bit of knowledge and experience, you can check out some videos I'm going to make in the future. Not that far in the future. Goals. You need goals for your language. Like, what do you want your language to be? What's it for? Is it for fantasy story writing? Is it to make the world a better place? Just write that down here. Let's say we want it to be natural and very simple. Yeah. So if I was making a real language, I'd go for more advanced stuff, but this is just very basic, just everything, only the basics that you need to know. So, let's describe what sounds we want in our language. If you go here to the International Phonetic Alphabet on Wikipedia, it shows you this really great interactive thing. You can click a sound, like for example this, and then click it to play here to see if you want to add it into your language. Only add it into your language if you know how to pronounce it, because I often try and just say random words in my language to see what it sounds like. Let's choose some sounds for our language. The most common sounds are like T, P, K, N, M. They're like pretty much the most common sounds ever. Let's also add S and some non-English sounds like pa right here and fa, which is pretty much like an F but further forward in your mouth. So these are the sounds that we're going to have in our language. Now just go to the IPA and, just go to the IPA and like line them up, like make a little chart. Here we go. Here's the chart that we have. Now let's do vowels. If you go here to this Wikipedia page and scroll down, you'll come here, which is the vowels. Like, this looks all really complicated and stuff. So you can either choose from here, but for my language, I'm gonna only have like the simple R, E, U. I'm not gonna like chart that for them because it's all complicated. It's actually super simple and everyone just knows. Everyone knows these basic vowels. They're pretty common for learning a bunch of languages. So next, we've got phonotactics, like how can these sounds be in words? What's the structure of words? And this contributes a lot to the feel of your language. So in English, it's pretty big in things like angsts. Not gonna have it like that. I'm gonna do C, V, consonant, vowel, and then let's do a special thing, which is N, M, and S. Only N, M, and S can be at the end of a syllable. So because it's in brackets means it's optional. So words like this are okay. Oh, I forgot to say before, you have to romanize sounds that aren't already have like a symbol that you like this. So you have to romanize it in the Latin alphabet. For this, I'm just doing F because it sounds like F, like. And then for this one, I just did two P's because it sounds like. It just sounds like you're saying P a bunch of times. So yeah, that's the romanization. So a word like class is perfectly fine, but a word like on T. Oh wait, I forgot. auntie, that's not okay. So now we have to do stress. What syllable in your word do you want stressed? So let's say the word Prastuna. Prastuna. For this language, I'm just going to make stress on the last syllable, so it'll be Prastuna. So ultimate stress just means it's on the last syllable. Next, we have to decide what word order we want. Like, in English, we would say Bob, eats burgers. Bob is the subject, eats is the verb, and burgers is the object, what the verb is being done to. But in Japanese, the word order isn't SVO, it's SOV. So it means this sentence wouldn't be Bob eats burgers, it would be Bob burgers eats. So yeah, decide what word order you want. So this is the order from most common at the top and to least common at the bottom. You could also do free word order, but I'll get to that in a later video. For simplicity, I'll choose the most common one, which is SOV. So the sentence, Bob eats burgers, would be Bob burgers eats. Now we have to deal with adjectives. We want adjectives after or before the verb. It depends on if adjectives are derived from nouns, verbs, or they just appear on their own. Like in the sentence, big burger, we could say burger is being big. So we could interpret this as a verb. So big is a verb. A burger is being big. And that means adjectives are derived from verbs, and since verbs come after subject, which is S and O, it means adjectives come after the nouns. Now for possession, like Bob's burger. Well, since adjectives come after the noun, burger is a noun here, and Bob is an adjective because he describes the burger. It's Bob's burger. So we could put Bob after the burger, so it would be burger Bob's. Let's put that here. All of them are head initial. That means the head comes first. So the head is the main focus of the thing, like big burger. So the burger is the thing you're talking about, not how big it is. Like the burger is the main focus. And with Bob's burger, you're talking about the burger, not how it's Bob's. So that's the head. The dependent depends on the head. You can't see a dependent on its own. Like you can't see big or Bob's. So we could do all these other things which are head initial, but let's just be different for this video. Let's say, since adjectives and possessors describe the nouns and possessees, our speakers could just analyze that as anything that describes something goes after it. So then they could think postpositions describe the noun. Like prepositions in English are like on the table. On is the preposition and the table is the noun. So our language they could just like, yeah, analyze that as it being describing the thing because it's on the table. Boom. And since the word order, nouns come before the verb. See? Nouns, then the verb. So that's all good. Our language is a split language. So a lot of languages follow exactly one, but our language doesn't have to, like this demonstration right here. It could be different. English is different, Hawaiian is different. I think Mandarin is. But yeah, tax things. Now on to nouns. Plurality. So, like in English, there's dog versus dogs, or burger versus burgers. In some languages, they don't even care about plurality, and to specify how many, you use numbers, like 1 burger, 2 burger. Yeah. In other languages, singular, plural, like English. Other languages are singular, plural, dual, and other stuff. For our language, let's just make it simple and singular and plural. Singular, yeah, almost always singular is just unmarked form. Plural, you could add a suffix derived from the word, like many or even all, something like that. Or you could use reduplication, which I think I'll do. So you could say burger, and that's a burger. But you could say burger, and that means 2 burgers. Now, let's focus on verbs. For tenses, you could do English's past, present, future, past versus non-past, or you could even do yesterday, the day before yesterday, now, tomorrow, all that stuff, which for this we're just going to be simple and do perfective versus imperfective. Perfective, it means the action, the verb, has been completed. But imperfective, can you guess what? Yeah, it means it hasn't been completed. Like imperfective, the unmarked form, and perfective, ooh. Maybe we could just, because usually perfective and past tense stuff comes from a word meaning to finish or to complete or done, ready, stuff like that. Let's make a basic word for to finish. Let's make it coup. But let's talk about how these things work. An auxiliary is a word that comes after a verb to like describe it better. Like, I want to eat burgers. Yeah, that's kind of the theme in this video. Burgers, yeah, whatever. I want to eat burgers. Want is the auxiliary. Like, or I need to eat burgers. Need is the auxiliary. So let's make this an auxiliary. Yeah. And now we have to figure out if auxiliaries come before or after the verb. Well, since they describe the verbs and the people who speak this language think all describers come after the thing they're describing, the auxiliary will come after the verb. Yeah, I've just reorganized it to make it look a bit better. But since we've used the word burger in this so much, let's just make a word for it. Like, pass. Yeah, that's good. Burger. Yeah, let's just say people in this language invented burgers and they called them pass. So now that we've done all this basic stuff, this is like all we need for a language if you don't want to get into any of the complicated stuff. So now that we've done all this, let's make our first sentence in this language. Bob ate burgers. So since Bob is a name, we don't have to do anything to that. Now let's come up with a word for 8. Ma. To eat. So it would be Bob, and reduplicate the burger to make it plural. Oops. Made it extra long. Pass. That's hard to pronounce, that's why I messed it up the first time. Bob pass. Eat. Ma. And an auxiliary. Coo. Boom. Bob pass ma coo. Our first sentence. Bob ate burgers. So, in the next video, I'll show you how to make some basic words and some more advanced sentences. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.